welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Tracy. If you're returning, I appreciate your support. Today I'm working in the kitchen a little bit. I need to get a couple projects done. I need to get some zucchini dehydrated, and I need to try and get a handful of beans I picked this morning into the dehydrator as well. The zucchini, let's see, 5 of the zucchinis were gifted to me, and the smallest one is the only one that I was able to get to grow this year. I have several that are setting onto my plants that I planted in July for a fall harvest, but our freeze came early this year, our frost, so it's really slowed them down, and I don't know if I'm going to get many more off of it. But I did get the one, so I feel better about that, even though I didn't get any in the summer. So I'm going to tilt you down here, show you what I'm doing, and let you come along for it. So I'm going to use my onion chopper today to do this because I'm going to chop it into small pieces for 2 reasons. One is to use it in soups or whatever I want to use it in down the road. I can use it in making zucchini bread, just about anything. And by chopping it in small pieces, if I decide I want to grind it up and make like a flour or a powder out of it, I will have that option too. I'll have more options of what I can do with it if I do it in this manner. So let me step over here and get a knife. And let me get something to put my ends and pieces into for my chickens. They absolutely love zucchini and cucumber ends. So this is the one that I grew this year. It's the smallest of the bunch, but it is one that I grew, so I feel very accomplished in having done that, even though it's the only one. I'm going to cut this into big sections, as you can see here. Then I'm going to put it through my chopper. This chopper has been a lifesaver. I love it. I purchased it at, I want to say Walmart, and a couple years ago, and I use it for everything. I can use it. They say you can't use it for tomatoes, but I do. I'm able to put tomatoes through it, so maybe I'm just lucky. I don't know, or maybe I'm doing it different than most. I use it for green peppers. I use it for onions. I use it to make small hash brown potatoes. I use it for everything I can think of. Very good investment. If you don't have one, I highly suggest it. There are different types out there. This is the only one that I could find when I first wanted to buy one. I'd like to get a new one that has the bigger grates in it to cut different sizes, but it's not in the finances right now. Now, I will say that you probably noticed I haven't uploaded anything lately for almost a month. That is because my main computer that I do my editing on died. I mean, it died a horrible, horrible death. So I have been having to use a older computer to do my job on, and I'm hoping to be able to figure out the budget to where I'll have to make payments on it. I don't like going into debt, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. And I'm going to try and order one this week, a new one. And because the one I've got now, I really don't know how it's going to work as far as editing this video, because when I've tried using it before, the processor must have been too slow because it kept bogging down and being a real problem. So hopefully I can at least get my videos edited, if nothing else, and keep being able to do my job until I can get the new one. But I just wanted to explain to you all why you haven't seen any uploads, and I appreciate those who stuck around with me anyways. Sometimes life happens, you can't control it. And to be quite honest, I've had the computer since 2016, and I use my computers every day for my job. I'm kind of rough on computers, to be quite honest, because I use them every day, all day long. And then not to count, editing videos or whatever else I do on them. So I got my money's worth, I figure. I mean, it was depressing, but I wasn't complete. It wasn't that I didn't expect it to happen pretty soon. Like I said, the computer had gotten up in age. So, you know, it is what it is. Just have to deal with it the best I can. May have too many here to get these all in here today, because I want to leave one tray empty for my beans. I want to get those dehydrated since I picked them this morning. Now, probably thinking to yourself, why doesn't she freeze this zucchini? Again, 2 reasons. I'm a 2-reason person today. The first reason is I already have some in the freezer. So I have zoodles, I have slices, I have chunks, and I have some shredded. Also, the second reason, if you've heard me mention it in previous videos, I'm trying to move away from the freezer due to worries of grid down possibilities. So I'm trying to dehydrate anything and everything I can. It's easier to store, takes up less room, and I don't have to worry so much about if my electric goes off. So that's the other reason. There's a few dark pieces from the center there. I'm going to go ahead and take those out. Just because I want to. I don't like the discolored look. There's not too many of them. It's not no big deal. I do run into that from time to time with zucchini. In the middle where the seeds are at, it'll be slightly discolored. And that one had a few seeds in it, so we'll just take care of that. I don't know why I'm throwing this away. I could give it to the chickens. They don't care if it's discolored. Probably also putting this on here awful thick, but I just take it longer to dehydrate. And I'll have to move it around more. May not get my, there's a lot of discolored in that one. May not get my beans done today. I might have to stick them in the fridge and do them tomorrow. I hope to get some peppers done tomorrow as well. I was gifted several peppers, big peppers. I'd like to get them dehydrated. I was thinking about putting some in the freezer for stir fry. I may still do that. I don't know. I do like them in my stir fry. And I haven't had as good a luck rehydrating peppers for something like that as I do to just throw them into, like, what do you call it, omelets, stuff like that. So I'll make that decision later. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait and do my beans tomorrow. Kind of a bummer, but again, it is what it is, and not a biggie. Chickens are going to eat good today with snacks. They got some lettuce snacks and in the fridge, and they got a hamburger bun and some potato skins, and they're going to be happy. They didn't get their Sunday scrambled eggs today, so at least they're going to get some munchies. Might need to make sure I cut around those seeds on the next few, because they're quite big too. Don't like wasting anything. So I give it to my chickens, and then they turn it into delicious eggs. So there's no waste, and they enjoy them, and they're happy, and I'm happy, and everybody's happy, and just happy on the homestead. The good thing about dehydrating or even freezing of your zucchini is that it doesn't have to be blanched first. It's one of the few vegetables other than, say, onions and peppers that doesn't have to be pre-blanched before you put it up. That makes it so much easier, so much quicker, just all around better. Let's see what this one looks like. I need to do something with the seeds on it. Well, it's going to be discolored some. I'm just going to have to just not worry about those seeds. There's nothing wrong with the zucchini. It's just around where the seeds are at. See? It's just a little bit discolored around the seeds. So I'm just going to have to overlook it. Once they're dehydrated, you're not going to notice it anyway. And it isn't going to hurt anything when you throw them into whatever you're going to use them in. Okay, that's about all that'll go on there. I can't fit the rest of this. Well, might be able to fit it here and there. Let me see what I can do over here. I'm sorry I'm out of line of sight here. I'm just kindly filling in some holes here and there. Trying to get the rest of this in this drying session. Like I said, I'm putting them on here pretty thick, so I'll have to probably take longer to dry, and I'll have to move them around a lot more often, rotate it, but that's okay. I need to get it dehydrated in the pantry, on the pantry shelf. Okay. That got them. So now I'm going to move you over to the dehydrator. Maybe if I can get it into the shot here. There we go. Ignore my mess. Constantly moving something and doing something in this house and creating a mess. Every time I try to do something, a mess is created. Okay, I'll put on, this is all 5 trays of the dehydrator. Get them on there. Get the lid on there. I'll get it started. It'll take about 12 hours. It is approximately, probably close to 3 o'clock in the day now. So I'll check it. I'll get up in the middle of the night and check it around 3 or 4. Between now and then, I'll rotate the trays several times. It may take till in the morning. I'm not big about running the dehydrator when I'm sleeping, but since I'll have to wake up to check it, I probably won't sleep well anyways. So that's started, and that's that project done today, and I'll see if I can get into something else now. I thought about maybe going ahead and washing and blanching my beans now, but I decided just to wait, and I'm going to put them in a container and put them in the fridge, and then I will get them done tomorrow after my zucchini are done. I'm afraid if I wash them and blanch them now, they'll get soggy like and might not do well in the fridge. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the fridge. As you can see, I've got 3 separate yummy bowls for the babies. And I need to tear some of this up for them, like the lettuce and stuff like that, and the hamburger bun. This one also has some potato peels in it from yesterday. And then there's some tomatoes in here, which they will fight over these. Tomatoes is one of their favorites. So I'm going to have to cut this big one up so everybody will get a chance at it. They will avoid the lettuce like the plague until there's nothing left, and then they may or they may not eat it. It's kind of hit and miss whether they will. And making a bit of a mess here. So I always go ahead and offer it to them though, and then if they just leave it laying out there, I pick it up and I put it into the compost pile. But I give them the first choice on it. So it's a little bit brown, but I think it'll be okay for them. It's not rotted or anything, it's just brown. Now I'm going to go ahead and take these out to the babies and make them happy today.